You are now tuned in to Hits 92.3, where we take great pride in personal expression of one's feelings, thoughts, or ideals. What you're getting ready to hear on this show are the opinions of the hosts and their guests, and they do not reflect the opinions of Hits 92.3 radio station, the brand, management, staff, their respective advertisers, parent companies, or affiliates. Now stay tuned as this show begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey y'all, you are now tuning in to the Pep Talk Tae Show here on Hits 92.3 Atlanta, the real definition of internet radio.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Pep Talk Tae. Happy Wednesday to you. It is our first show of June. I'm my own sound effects. Y'all should already know. So it is our first show for June. June is going to be an amazing month here on the Pep Talk with Tae Show. All of the guests that I have this month are fantastic. Like, they are absolutely amazing. And y'all know I had to kick it off with like the best one out of all of them. So yeah, the best. This show tonight is all about the soft life. So stay tuned. If you don't, soft life, what's that about? If you don't know what it is, you will know by the end of the show tonight. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do tonight. And in honor of Black Music Month. So y'all know, if you know anything about me, music is my love language. It's my therapy. Like, literally, truthfully, it is my therapy. If you follow me on social media, the doctor said, girl, get your life together. Your blood pressure is too high. So you got to exercise, work out, and get your life together. So music has helped me because, listen, your girl was not really a big fan of the gym. But when I put them earbuds in and get to going, baby, and I went on my walk, and have a good little playlist, it has helped me. So for the month of June, at the start of each show, I'm going to be sharing music with you all, new music from artists that you may or may not know, as well as some classics as well, because y'all know it is the 50-year anniversary of hip hop. So, somewhere along the month, I got to shout that out because I'm a real hip hop head. Y'all know I really be thinking I'm a rapper, low key. For real. I think I'm a rapper. So kicking off June and Black Music Month is one of my favorite voices. So a lot of people, if you follow me on social media, Jason Morales, remember I told you his name here on the Pep Talk with Tae Show, okay? So Jason Morales is a singer, a songwriter, a vocal coach. Y'all know my favorite singer is Layla Hathaway. Like, that is my favorite singer. And she is the person who introduced me to Jason Morales, because if you've ever been to any of her shows, he's one of her background singers. And when I first heard his voice, I told him in person, when are you going to drop your own project? Because the world needs to really hear your voice. Well, the wait is over. As of this past Sunday, he released his first song, which is a remake of one of my favorite songs by Barry White, Can't Get Enough of Your Love. So I had to kick off the show today with Jason Morales, Can't Get Enough of Your Love, Baby. Make sure that you download it. It's available now on all platforms, and you're going to hear it now on the Pep Talk with Tae Show. Jason Morales, Can't Get Enough.
My darling, I can't get enough of your love, babe. Say that I don't know, I can't get enough of your love, babe. Some things I can't get used to, no matter how I try. It's like the more you give, the more I want, and baby, that's no lie. Oh, no, babe. What can I say? What am I gonna do? How should baby. What kind of love is this that you're giving me? Is it in your kiss or just because you're sweet? See, all I know is every time you're near, I feel the change. Something moves. I call your name. Look what you got me doing, darling. I can't get enough of your love, babe. I said that I don't know why I can't get enough of your love, babe. Oh, if I could only make you see and make you understand. If I could only make you understand that baby, your love for me is all that I need and more than I can stand. Oh, how can I explain all the things I feel? You've given me so much, maybe you're so unreal, my baby. And I keep loving you more and more each time. What am I gonna do? Because you've blown my mind. See, all I know is every time you're near, I feel the change. Something moves. I call your name. Look what you got me doing, darling. I can't get enough of your love, babe. Yeah. Say that I don't know why I can't get enough. Just can't get enough of your love. Every day, every hour, baby. Never too much for me, no. I can't get enough. Give it all, give it all, give it all, yeah. Just can't get enough of your love. I love you so much, my sweet baby. Oh, yeah. I can't get
Hey, the secret's out. Hits 92.3 is now accepting submissions for brand new shows. That's right, you could become a radio personality right here on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. You don't have experience? That's okay. You don't live in Georgia? That's okay. You don't know what to do now? Now that's not okay. But your girl is here to help you out. Email us today at hits923newshow@gmail.com and tell us about your potential show with Hits. Again, that email address is hits923newshow@gmail.com. Don't be last. The slots are filling fast.
The Pep Talk Tae Show here on Hits 92.3 Atlanta. That was Jason Morales. Can't get enough of your love, baby. Make sure that you follow him on Instagram. It's Jason Morales Music. Jason Morales Music. And if you enjoyed it, make sure you inbox him, because when you're a new artist, or I'm not even say he's a new artist, but when you put a piece of work out, you want to get a feel for what the people have to say. So if you enjoyed it, make sure you inbox them and tell them that you heard it on the Pep Talk Tae Show. So tonight in the studio with me, I'm very, very excited. I'm very, very excited. So in culture right now, a lot of people hear, or you hear people talk about the soft life. It's a very popular phrase. And I don't even know if people really know this. It originated in Nigeria. Nigerian influencers had actually came up with the term soft life, and it meant to reject the hustle culture and to have a life without struggle and stress. And y'all know black folks. Y'all know black people. We done had to put our own rendition on it. So it's a lot of African-American women, women of color, who also have coined this particular phrase, the soft life. And we consider that to be ease of life, a life of enjoyment, and making decisions that lead to enjoyment. And so for the month of June, I want to discuss topics that are focused on males. However, my guest tonight is definitely a female. She's all woman, and all woman. And but I believe that the conversation that we're going to have tonight is going to be both valuable to men and women as we kick off the month of June. So it is my great pleasure to introduce to you all soft light influencer ANGELICA RESTO, aka Angelic Life. Hey, boo!
Hey,
I'm good. Y'all, I have been so excited to have her on here because if you don't follow her on social media, which I hope after this interview, and even now you should, her content is absolutely amazing in regards to the soft life. She's such a beautiful young woman inside and out, and her content really hits home with a lot of things. I know it has helped me. So, y'all know me. If it helps me, I'm going to put y'all down on it too because I love y'all and I want to make sure that y'all are good. So welcome to the Pep Talk Tae Show.
Thank you.
Tell the people a little bit about you.
Okay. So as she already said, my name is ANGELICA RESTO. I am at The Angelic Life on Instagram and fan base. So definitely make sure that you are following me there to stay connected with me. There's going to be a podcast coming out soon at the end of the summer, the Angelic Life podcast. Yes, I'm going to focus on the soft life and femininity. So kind of like how I really came to this point in life and my story, high level. We're going to do it quickly. So I'm a woman that has come out of corporate America in the New York City region. And my experience there has been very hard. So we know what the hard not life is, and we know what living a hard life is. And I operated in a lot of masculine energy because I thought that operating like a man would allow me to excel up the corporate ladder.
Yeah.
And then I found that my life was hard. Tasks became more arduous. It was just more difficult. And the actual men that I were working with, they were actually meeting me with that same energy. And then I realized, this isn't for me. This isn't me. And I wasn't happy. So I had to do the work to soften myself, to get back into my feminine energy and to be restored to my true authentic self.
That part.
Yeah.
And so now y'all understand why I have her on the show tonight. Because if we're all honest, ladies, a lot of us that are in the corporate America hustle and bustle, and even entrepreneur life, hustle and bustle, a lot of us, because of what we're doing, we have become hard.
Yeah.
And the soft life is really going to help us to, in my opinion, be able to get back to the balance of men and women in the state of the world today.
Yes.
And so and Ayanna Van Zant had actually had a post that I sent to you.
Yes.
And if you follow me on social media, which I hope you do, there was a video that she said, and I quote, "The softer we are as women, the stronger we allow our men to be." What's your thoughts on that?
I totally agree, because a man is not looking for his woman to be strong in the area that he is strong in, because he got it. Because think about it, that's going to be very emasculating to the man. But what he needs after the hustle, the bustle, after, going through what he's going through in corporate America as a Black man, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
He's going to need that soft, safe space to land. He doesn't want to come home to something combative, something nagging. He wants to have a space where he is able to feel safe emotionally, a place where he can be be vulnerable emotionally and not be attacked for it. It's that softness that really breaks that masculine energy down. And our femininity there's so much power in that. There's so much power. See, we've been told that femininity and softness is a weakness, when in actuality it is a strength.
Yeah.
It is really a strength.
Yeah. Now, but the thing is, and I will be 100% transparent, because y'all know that's what I'm gonna do. It's hard. I have shared in my dating, because y'all know I'm dating, single and ready to mingle and all that good stuff. But I will say that there's been a time where I have met great, amazing men, but because I'm used to I'm a manager in corporate America. I take care of myself as a single woman. And so I, without even knowing it, really am very dominant. And in that dominance, sometimes it's hard. Somebody that probably has dated me in the past, don't y'all comment on YouTube or anything like that. But yeah, sometimes I'm not the best listener because I'm used to just being the lead and taking control. And so I'm sure that a lot of my viewers and listeners there's some women that are struggling with trying to tap into my engineer raises her hand all the way up to the sky over here. So are struggling to get into that soft life mentality. And some of y'all out here fronting talking about, yeah, I'm a soft life movement, a bit more soft than the man in the moon. So what bits of advice or suggestions would you have for a woman who is struggling to transition from that dominant life to that soft life?
Okay, so realize that in a relationship with a dominant male, it's not going to serve you. There's somebody has to be the alpha, somebody has to be the dom, and somebody has to submit. We have to see that being submissive is not a weakness either. That is also a strength. But I get it that you are going to submit yourself to a man that is deserving and worthy of that submission.
Now pause for just a second, because we want to run that back. I want to make sure that you all heard. Oh, we got hand claps on that one. So the key there is to do these things for someone who is worthy, ladies, of that.
Right. And you are worthy of it.
Oh,
you're worthy yourself for that, to even soften up for yourself. Because when you're coming home, you can kill it in the boardroom all that you want to.
Yeah.
You can. Yeah. But when you walk through the doors of your home, you got to soften up.
Yeah.
And you got to do that work. And whatever it is for you, if it's taking a bubble bath, if it's wearing some nice lingerie, if it's going to a spa, body scrubs, pedicures, whatever it is that's going to allow you to operate in your feminine so that you can be your best soft self.
But let's talk about it. Some women, what if they struggle with that? What if I'm a lady that time has gone on so much that I don't even know how to be feminine anymore?
I would kind of question, well, one, I want to understand, like, what is her definition of femininity? Because a lot of times we think that femininity is wearing a dress and heels, and I can still be feminine in some jeans and some dunks, and I'm still all woman. So it's not a monolithic experience.
And so I think that that's a beautiful thing. So women out there, you've got to define what femininity looks like for you.
Right.
Not what it looks like. You know, I share this all the time. I'm not, I'll put a little lip gloss on, all of that. But when it comes to trying to put them lashes and all that stuff on, baby, no, I have to. I do it sometimes, especially in the industry that we're in, but that's not something that I'm able to do myself. And it's okay. It doesn't take away from me as a woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so doing those things for yourself to soften up is going to be important. But we talked earlier this week about doing the work.
Yeah.
Because some of us are unable to tap into our soft life because there's things that we have not healed from.
Yes.
Or even admitted that are issues in our lives. And so I am an advocate. Let me tell y'all right now, shout out my therapist. What up, girl? Therapy is really, really important. So what are your views on that healing process?
Oh, I think it's vital.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be healed, because think about it. Hyperdependence is a result of trauma.
Mm-hmm.
That is not something that, unfortunately, in this society that we tend to praise, being, I'm super independent, blah, blah. What you're telling me is that you don't have a community that you can lean on.
Ooh.
Where you can be soft, where you can depend on somebody. That's a problem.
Yeah.
And I also think that sometimes, and let's talk about speech and the things that we say to ourselves, because
Tiffany Box
sometimes
said facts. I see you, girl. She said,
hey,
facts.
boo. Because sometimes we can be so hard on ourselves with our language.
Oof.
And it can just be so callous. Sometimes it's not even what you say, but even how you say it.
Oof.
So make sure that you're not only just softening your tone and how you speak to people, but softening your language as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that I had to learn and that I had to implement for myself in communicating with others. So that's also a part of doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
How do you communicate with others? And then how do you communicate to yourself?
Ooh, that right there is a whole pep talk. How do you communicate to yourself?
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes it's the thoughts that we tell ourselves. Ladies, sometimes you say, well, I don't talk that way about myself. It's not what you say out of your mouth. It's the thoughts that you tell yourself that you're not honest enough to tell others.
Oh, but I see it in how you walk. I see it in how you talk. I see it in how you dress. I see it in how you show up in the world. Yeah. Because if you truly honor yourself and you love yourself and you know your self-worth and your worthiness, you won't have to hide behind such crass and uncouth behavior and then hiding it behind a facade of, I need to be strong, I'm this, I'm that. Where you could be like, I'm soft, I'm meek, I don't need to clap back, I know who I am, I'm royalty, this is beneath me, I don't need to respond.
Ooh, that right there.
That was a whole sermon.
That right is a whole sermon right there. And so, what advice do you have for a woman to help her soften her language and her communication?
I would say journal. Journal. What do you feel about yourself? Write down your affirmations. Like, how do you feel about yourself? And then write the truth of those things. Starts to say, I am powerful. I am worthy. I am lovable. I am worth it. I am awesome. I'm intelligent. And we need to start speaking those things over ourselves on a daily basis, because what you speak, you will believe. Because as you are hearing the words that you're speaking, your mind and your hearing is beginning to process that. And that becomes in your body and in your soul. So it's like, and plus, you want to try to manifest the life that you want to create, right? So you need to speak those things because your words have life in them. So if you're speaking death over your life, that's what's going to manifest.
Yes.
But if you're speaking, I am soft, I am a woman, I am worthy, I'm this, I'm that, that is what's going to manifest. And that's what you're going to believe. And once you believe it, you'll walk it out.
That's a whole word. Drops mic, pew, pew, pew. So no, definitely. And so for anybody who's watching, because again, we're all about being real here. It's not going to happen overnight. Okay. So, I'm 46 and I know in my 40s, I just started journaling. I really, really got into it and it didn't happen overnight. And if I'm being 100% transparent, there's some days that I say it in the mirror and I have to say it a couple other times, keep on saying it, leave the mirror and come back for me to honestly believe it, because I'm human. On some days I may feel, even though I say I'm powerful, I'm beautiful, but I may be weak. I might be tired of being powerful. I might need to go see my hairdresser because that thing ain't doing right. So I don't believe those things. But ladies, you've got to continue to say it, and you've got to learn how to love yourself in spite of what may be going on.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And it's okay to have, I want to say, like, weak moments, or I say real life moments, but don't stay stuck in that.
That's right.
And you also said about having a tribe. Check your circle. What would you say to a woman right now? Because there's some women that are like, I don't need no female friends. I don't need no friends. I'm good. All y'all petty. Y'all ain't that, because I have been, at one point, I was that person. And I had to do the work to understand being my authentic self. I ain't gonna be for everybody.
Right.
But I'm gonna be for the right people.
Right.
And so for me, I said the prayer, God, put those people in my life that are supposed to be there and remove anyone that either I'm trying to be there that shouldn't,
right,
or truly doesn't need to be there.
right.
So what are your thoughts on women that, have a hard time fostering relationships with other women?
I think we have to move out of the realm of fear
Mm-hmm.
and move into the realm of abundance and have a growth mindset, because every woman isn't out here to hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
You know that, right? And we know that maybe your picker was off during that time or season in your life based off of your trauma and your experience. And you might have chosen people who was familiar to your trauma instead of your growth and where you were going. So as you are growing, as you are elevating, you will be able to choose accordingly based on the self-love that you have for yourself, because some people love you when you don't love yourself.
Ooh, and they
right?
only know how to love you because you don't love yourself.
Right.
That part.
They don't know how to love you.
Yeah.
So I would say is to and really the first start in femininity is really to being open to receive and being vulnerable and knowing that even though something may not work out the way you may want it to, but the fact that you were still open, you're not allowing that situation to have power over you, to have mastery over you, and fear cannot rule you. So I do believe that perfect love casts out all fear. So as you are operating in love within yourself and loving others, fear will automatically has to fall off.
Because no choice.
Right.
Right.
And what is it? False evidence is appearing real.
Come on.
That's
now.
what fear is.
Yeah.
And you don't want to eliminate yourself from relationships. You never know, like there's that woman that God may want to bless in your life to bring you to that next level, or to, bless your business, or
open up that door of opportunity for you.
You never know. We need our sisterhood.
Yeah.
We really do. We really
do. True story, y'all. Ding, ding, ding. Authentic pep talk moment. I met her because I was open to having a relationship, or being open to being able to compliment another woman. We were at Black Media Honors.
Yes.
And it had been a day. She was just looked like an angel on the red carpet. That dress was banging, girl.
Oh, I wore it. Jonathan Kane.
Jonathan.
Hey, Jonathan Kane.
You killed that dress. And so I remember complimenting her on her dress. And we ended up walking outside together.
Yes,
remember when we left?
We did with
I
Antoine.
was like, girl, is you ready to go? She was like, yes. And it was late. And so at that point, we walked out together. And the photographer.
Antoine
was such a gentleman. He made sure that we made it outside and all that good stuff together. And so had I not been confident within myself, and if you know me, y'all know I never meet a stranger, we were like, girl, and having that relationship. And now look, you've blessed me beyond measure with your content and the things that you do. And so I'm grateful that I was able to be confident enough in myself to extend and build a relationship with a total stranger who now is not a total stranger in my life. Right. But
True.
That leads me to something else, because sometimes people will judge someone by how they look and automatically come up with a narrative of that person. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, my thought is that I don't manage insecurities,
Yeah.
even though I met with, some people projecting onto me, but I've learned to realize not to take that personal. And it's like, I can be a blessing to your life if you allow me to be and open your heart to the possibility. But I think, when we're upset with somebody and having and experiencing the moments of jealousy and envy, it's because we're really angry at ourselves or what we're not doing, that we're not in purpose, that we're not doing what we were created to do. So we're mad at somebody else walking and living in their divine purpose because we're not where we need to be. That part.
Ladies, ladies, we gotta do better with that. And my whole thing is, you are in control of your own life. If there's something that's going on, or there's something that you've always wanted to do, now is the best time to start that journey. Just start it.
That's it. There's no excuse. Like, if you want to be a content creator, you have a phone. Every phone has a camera. Pick up your phone and take pictures. Like for one of my photo shoots, I used my iPhone and I just sat there to click, 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 and I made it work. You would never know that it wasn't a professional photo shoot because I did it. Come on. So I say all
and
of that.
Save them coins. Come on now.
Listen, I love Antoine, but
Antoine, I ain't trying to take away from your business, bro. I'm not taking away from your business. Yeah. But you got to do the work.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And
the inner healing.
Yes. Yeah. That's so important.
Yes.
And so there was a post that you made, and I have to get back to this. So we're a little off. We were talking about it, and then we come back. Somebody asked where you're from.
Oh, Rochester, New York. I'm originally born and raised in Rochester, New York.
DJ Double K, now you know. That's who asked. He was like, where's she from? Y'all know I have a thing about New York people. Y'all just already know. Y'all already know.
If she was West Indian.
Now see? Wait, don't you say a word. Don't you say a word. Don't you say a word. This is a pep talk for somebody. That's what's wrong with Black folks. You see somebody and you want to know, well, are they Black? What nationality are they? She's just a human being, ladies and gentlemen, but she's a proud Afro Latino.
Yes.
Right? Is that said it right?
Afro Latina. Yeah.
Yeah. So, because people kill me with that.
Yeah, but no, I do have some of my cousins are Jamaican and half Trini. So I do, and my family on my father's side actually lives in St. Croix. So it's, we have the islands all over the place.
Oh, I'm going next trip, y'all.
Oh, let's go. Yeah. I'm ready. Girls trip.
Hey. Yes, I love it. So you made a post a while ago, and it was so good that I wanted to go back to this. So those we got some Linda R's on there, that part. Okay, we got some people on the YouTube.
That's my mama, y'all.
Hey, mama! You better support your baby girl. You better support her. And so if you're watching on YouTube, whether you're catching it live or catch the replay, comment, because I want to hear people's thoughts on this. Okay. Yes. And I'm going to re-forward the video as well, or they could actually follow you on social media and find it. So you posted a video by Pastor Keon
Henderson. Yes.
And it was called The Dominant Woman. And on there, you asked the question, when the alpha shows up, are you ready to submit? So we said earlier, fellas, I love y'all. I'm doing the whole month of June for y'all. But some of y'all, you want a woman to submit to you, but dog, you ain't ready for all of that because you're not leading. You're not leading just yet. And as a strong woman, I can tap into my soft life. However, I can't do that, bruh, if you're not leading us the right way.
Right.
Now, Pep Talk Tae's personal opinion is that I love Black men. I think y'all are rock stars, whether you work at McDonald's or you the CEO of a major corporation.
Yes, Lord.
All of y'all hold value in my life, right? In my opinion. And so as a woman, if I see you not operating in your full potential, I've learned that I have to be soft in my approach to help you become a strong man.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Correct. So some of y'all men need to do some work. It ain't just for the ladies, fellas. It's for y'all as well.
Yes.
Thoughts on that before we go to part 2 of this question?
Thoughts on men leading, or thoughts on men having a soft life?
Okay, let's take it. We'll chop it up. Let's do leading first, and then we'll come back to soft life.
Okay. So it's hard for a woman to submit to a man who doesn't know where he's going. Woo. So if you can't even lead your own self, then what am I submitting to? Then I can't trust you to lead me. And a lot of men are complaining about women not submitting. It's because you're not showing leadership and where she can be safe and vulnerable, because a strong woman is going to submit. Okay. It's just like, oh, you're too strong. Well, pick your weights up.
Woo! Okay. Woo, that touched my soul right there. It touched my soul. Ooh, okay. All right. So what about men in a soft life?
So men can implement the soft life. I follow some King J Barnett on Instagram. He is a Black male therapist, so I absolutely love him. Shout out to him. And he's a guy that he likes flowers, and he does his own flower arrangements in his home because it helps bring him peace. I totally get it. I love flowers as well.
Me too. I get my own flowers. I ain't waiting on nobody. I get my own flowers, but I'll take some if y'all send them to me.
Yes, soft life stuff. And listening to music. I think lounge jazz is like the perfect playlist for like a man that's like in his soft life, just reading his book, elevating himself, reading books that's going to encourage a growth mindset, strategizing and figure things out, going on the golf course, working out, all of those things that contribute to his mental well-being and even the physical well-being is a soft life for a man, because I get it that men have to be strong and they have to lead and they have to provide and all that stuff, but there needs to be like some type of balance. I'm not asking you to be a woman. I got that.
That part.
But I do need you to take care of your mental and emotional health.
Yeah.
That is important.
Very important.
Yeah.
Shout out. So fellas, there's nothing wrong. Therapy is a good thing for men and women. So matter of fact, I'm gonna have to find a therapist. If there's a therapist watching, I want to get a good therapist on here for males this month. I'm gonna look for that. I'm gonna manifest that now.
Reach out to King J Barnett on IG.
Oh yeah.
Reach out to him.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. Hey, I might need to tag him in this video. Okay. All right. So when the comment came down about when the alpha shows up, so ladies, so there's some dope men out here.
Yeah.
And so when he shows up, because a lot of us say, girl, I want me a good man. I want him. And ooh. But if that man show up, are you really ready?
Come on. Talk about it.
Is you ready?
Talk about it.
Because you might miss up your opportunity for that great man. Or worse, some of us women, we've damaged some good men.
That is true. That is true. Because you didn't know how to take the cape off. We have to take the cape off. I don't care if you know how to change your own oil and tire. Let that man do it for you. Let him show up for you in his masculine energy, in his masculine space, and let him shine. Even if you know more than him, let him do it, please. Because when you try to do it and show him, think I know this better than you, you already emasculated him.
Ooh.
Let him be your hero. Let him show up for you. Let him take out the trash. Let him do those things. That too.
That part too.
Because I'm not touching the trash. But
I definitely
as I get married, I ain't touching the trash.
Yeah, it's I ain't pumping no gas.
That's right.
I ain't doing it. I ain't washing no car.
Come on.
My mind dirty now. Cause
come on.
Yeah. And that's something that we gotta do, ladies. I'm guilty of it. I was married, and if my ex is watching this show, I'm publicly gonna tell y'all I apologize, because there were certain things that I didn't allow him to do, and he wanted to do as my husband, but I didn't allow him to do it because I was this, Beyonce messed this up. Independent, when throw your hands up, all of that.
But when you tell your man, oh, I got it, you're saying, I don't trust you to do it.
Ooh.
That's how he's processing it. Let him do it. Say, babe, I trust you. I know you got it, babe. I'm not worried about it. I know you got it.
Yeah. And ladies, it's not being like, I think some of us, yes, it's living in a soft space to be able to allow him to do it, but it doesn't take anything away from us. No. Ladies, we carry so much as it is now, trying to be everything to everybody. Let that man take a little bit of load off. That's what's going to help us. Shout out my ex-husband who just texted me and said, I'm watching. So, hey, but we need to take it off so we can balance and lighten that load a little bit.
Yeah,
we definitely need to do that. So, don't get me. So we were talking about dating, because both of us are in the ATL. We in the ATL, and baby, honey, we were having a conversation because there was an amazing event that took place this weekend in Atlanta. Shout out Black Enterprise. I'm sad that I didn't get a chance to go. I won't miss anymore. But we were talking about that particular event, and just the fact of like, where do you really go in Atlanta to like date people? Because I'll be honest, I was raised that, girl, go to church, find you a good Christian man. He gonna lead, and I'm gonna be 100. I've been in the church. And some of you all, I'm not gonna say all, but some of you all, y'all ain't living right in the church.
Not at all.
And so for me, that ain't my, everybody screaming Jesus ain't really about that life from a mate perspective. I'm not trying to discredit your relationship with God, but when it comes to you being able to be in a relationship or be the male that God asked you to be, you ain't there yet, bro.
Huh?
And
Let
some
'em
of that,
use you.
in my personal opinion, I feel is because the churches are not are the men that are standing behind the pulpit in the churches and are single
Huh?
are not leading by example
Huh?
because they're not able to, they can't lead because they can't do it themselves.
My God.
Okay. So no shade to any man in ministry that is listening to this episode of the Pep Talk with Tae Show. The reflections of the Pep Talk with Tae Show are clearly this is mine. It doesn't reflect the whole station.
Oh, we did that at the beginning.
Right,
Yeah.
but I just wanted to replay it back in case somebody didn't, in case they didn't get it. So what are your thoughts about dating or finding a man here in Atlanta?
Girl. I'm like,
Hey, Peachy Tea time.
woo, they weren't lying when they told me that you need to come here with a man, because child,
Yeah.
one, the competition is fierce. The ratio, oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Mhm.
And then the men that you would want to date have a plethora of options, and they definitely
Are using that to their
oh
advantage.
yes, they're not trying to settle down. They're not trying. They say, oh, I want to be married. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because you running through every woman in Atlanta, every social media influencer.
Ooh.
Come on. No, you're not. No, you don't want a wife. You want to sow your royal oats. You want to have fun. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. You want to catch something. That's what
Ooh.
you want. You don't want
Catch
a
it,
wife.
flip it, rub it.
But don't come to me with it. No,
That part.
I rebuke it. Up. Bye.
That part.
Mhm.
And so for you in dating, what are you looking for? So I said this earlier on my live, and I'll say it here on the YouTube. Very beautiful, intelligent woman. So if a gentleman is watching this particular or listening, what would you say you want? What are you looking for to me?
Okay, so I would just say straight up, I'm a traditional woman, with traditional values. So just so you know, there we go. We've eliminated a lot of people right there.
Yeah, they fell off. Look, I had people follow me. They done hung up.
But yeah, somebody with traditional values. Somebody that really that has a lot of integrity, that has a good heart, that is honest, and that's really intentional, because I don't have, time for games. If you're going to play the field, okay, you do that over there, but not with me.
Yeah.
And be respectful of, who I am and what I stand for, because I don't want somebody that's trying to change me or, trying to convert me or manipulate me to their will. Like, I'm a grown woman. That's not happening here. And to know that, yeah, like I am a woman that wants commitment in marriage and possibly a family. So that's what I would be looking for.
And so commitment and marriage and all of that. So you still believe in marriage? Because a lot of women right now, like I had put something up on social media a while ago, and a lot of people are like, girl, marriage is just a piece of paper. People ain't getting married.
So is money.
Yeah.
But y'all not saying nothing about that. That part.
I don't even have. I can't even come back with nothing on that. That's just. I can't. Hold on. And so marriage still. And then people say, well, married men cheat, and X, Y, and Z. So, in lieu of all of that, you still believe that marriage can happen and be.
I do. I think the problem is that in our community, we're not exposed to healthy marriages enough, because I have seen marriages where the spouses have been faithful. There hasn't been any cheating, where it has been a loving marriage, where they've been married 50 years, 30, 40, where they stood the test of time. And they're not fickle like this generation. Like, just because you hurt my feelings, now I want a divorce. Right. They knew how to stick it through and ride the wave, the good times and the bad. I think in this generation, we're not having the emotional maturity and the tenacity and the wherewithal to really endure through marriage. I'm not telling anybody to stay in an abusive relationship. That's what I'm not saying.
Right.
Okay.
And abuse, and you touch on that for just a quick second. Abuse doesn't have to be physical abuse.
That part.
It can be mental abuse. And some of us jumped into marriages that we knew doggone well, we got some kids, or I'm getting old. Let me just go ahead and jump into that. And it didn't work. And so now you're miserable, they miserable, everybody miserable,
Right.
because you all didn't go into it the right,
Right.
the right way. And so, hey, I'm not advocating divorce by all ways, shape, or fashion. I think that you should work it out and try to figure it out. But sometimes you can go through all of that and it still isn't allowing you to do your soft life because maybe that man hasn't healed,
Right.
or he's not really in a position to lead. And so now you're taking away years of your life.
Right. So, but let me also say this, that just because you've never seen it doesn't mean it's not possible.
Yeah.
Just because you've never seen a healthy marriage or relationship in your family dynamic or in your whole entire family, that doesn't mean it's not possible. And a lot of people like to throw statistics out there and saying like, oh, it's going to be hard for you to find a black man over 6 feet. Guess what? In 1 year, God put some successful, fine, okay, black men. They weren't from me. They weren't for me, but in my sphere where I began to talk and begin to, know them. And I was just like, whoa. And guess what? They were virgins all in 1 year. I kid you not. So if you look at Chris King, hey, Chris is my friend now, but look at Chris King on Instagram. I think he's like, I am Chris or something like that.
Ladies, I'm going to help y'all out. I'm going to do a whole following of these particular people. We going to do it.
Dozie Ezima. He's Nigerian, so I might have butchered your name. Dozie, forgive me.
Yeah. I follow him.
And another one, he actually got married last year.
Shout out
Stefan,
his wife.
I forgot his last name, but when God put these men all in my path, I realized, I was like, you know what? Everything what they say about the statistics, it doesn't matter in God's kingdom because he can do the impossible.
Ooh.
And I saw it in real time. I experienced it in real time. So if you want a marriage, if you want a healthy marriage, and if you want a healthy relationship, God can do it. And you don't have to settle. But you do have to do the work, and you have to position yourself where that man is going to be. You can't just sit on a pew thinking he's going to come to you, baby. No, you need to go where that man is going to be and position yourself to be found. Because if we believe that he that findeth the wife findeth the good thing, but baby, you got to be seen in order to be found.
So you outside.
You outside. We outside. And it's hot. We outside.
It's outside.
We outside. Strategically, we outside.
Yeah, listen, the strategic part, because you can't be up outside just at the wrong places.
Come on.
You got to put yourself at things like the Black Enterprise.
Girl, the Black, the Black Enterprise, the Black Enterprise, Lord Jesus.
Child, I seen the post, baby. I ain't missing that one no more. Because sometimes you get dressed up, ladies, and you put on your good outfit and you go out, and that thing don't nobody appreciate what you got on, and the pool is just all right.
Oh, when they had the Men Expo, I'm gonna find something to do. I'm gonna be serving the food. I'm gonna find something. I'm gonna be the usher. I'm gonna be the usher. I'm gonna be something like what you need. I'll be walking to the stage. Yes, you got to be seen, honey. Come on.
Right. And when you seen, you got to be ready. You got to stay ready, so that you don't have him cross your path, and then you're trying to get ready. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to already be ready, ladies. And so somebody listening to the show tonight, you may have to fall back for a little bit.
Yeah.
Do the work. Really write down what it is that you want in a mate. That part. Because if you don't know what you want, how do you expect for God to, it just don't.
How about if you don't know who you are? How do you even know what to ask for?
That part.
Because if you don't even know who you are, then you don't know what you're assigned to help. Because I'm a certain rib fit to a certain body. So I need to know all of my shape and my functionality so that when I meet that rib and we lock, I'm like, oh, this is the perfect fit. This is the one for me. So it all starts at self, knowing who you are, the things that you like, what you want to do, cultivate those things, and you will find the man who's for you. Because the worst thing to do is to get with a man and then now you're having an identity crisis and you're saying, this doesn't serve me anymore. So it's important to do the work first.
Coach Victoria P said it is very possible. Hey, girl. Hey.
Yay!
Yes. So, well, thank you. I want you on for like hours and hours. So we're definitely gonna have her back. Tell everyone what you do and how they can follow you, because I was so excited to get into it. I forgot to tell them all the wonderful things that you do. So tell them what you do and how they can follow you and get in contact with you.
Yes, so I am a femininity influencer, soft life influencer, and a coach. So if you want coaching on the femininity or the soft life space, definitely hit me up, slide in my DMs, and we can get started at The Angelic Life on Instagram, and I am at The Angelic Life on Fanbase and Facebook, and The Angelic Life #1 on Twitter.
Okay.
So don't be afraid. I do respond to DMs, so definitely reach out to me. I read them.
Now, if you was some foolishness, she not. So
Nah,
just FYI,
nah.
because I feel like I have to say that.
Right.
And so tell them about your shirt. So move your hair back so they can
yes.
see it. So they can see it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
if
can
you're
see
really about, it's a delay.
Soft
Yep. So if you're really about the soft girl life, how can they get a t-shirt? And you've got, show the new one.
Oh, yes. So the queens don't compete, we reign. So I have a few shirts that I have designed on the website. So all promoting femininity to the soft life. I have a soft life definition shirt, a femininity definition shirt. The queens do not compete, we reign. Honey, you got to know your power. And soft girl summer, we definitely need this for the summer. You can go to shopangeliclife.com, all traditional spelling, shopangeliclife.com, and submit your pre-orders today.
I love it. Yeah, and y'all know we love a cute tea.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So you sowing into good soil.
Please.
Thank you so much for being on the Pep Talk with Tae Show and kicking June off. Fellas, I hope y'all can appreciate the nuggets that were dropped. Ladies, I know you did. And stay tuned with the Pep Talk with Tae Show this month. Next week, I've got comedian and DJ T Love. He is a complete fool, y'all. He is a comedian. And if you live in the Atlanta area, you can catch him every Thursday for R&B bingo at the hottest new Black-owned business lounge, ATL, out here in College Park. Wednesday nights, they actually do jazz too. So y'all can check them out as well. So he'll be my guest next week. And then I'm really, really excited because celebrity stylist Jay Bolin will be rolling through here later on this month as well. And so I can't wait for Jay to kind of talk about just being a man. He's an amazing father, husband, and a celebrity stylist. So he's going to be on here as well. And then we're going to close out the month with a men's roundtable. Ladies, fellas, make sure that you tune in for that. We've got some amazing men that are going to sit around the Pep Talk with Tae table and have some good conversations. So if you've got some questions, I'm going to be asking people for those as well so that I can give them to my panel. So June's going to be lit on the Pep Talk with Tae show.
Yes.
And so I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you don't already follow me on social media, you should. It's Pep Talk Tae. That's TAE, because, you know, some of y'all need to know that. On IG and on Facebook, it's the Pep Talk with Tae Show. And if you'd like to be a guest on the show, because I'm gonna tell y'all, I got some pretty dope people that come through here. And if you dope, you got a business, you got a music that you want us to play, make sure that you email me at the Pep Talk Tae Show at gmail.com. That's the Pep Talk Tae Show at gmail.com. And I would love to have you on there. So until next week, y'all, it's your girl Pep Talk Tae. Have an amazing week.
Thank you for listening to the Pep Talk with Tae Show. Join us every Wednesday here on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio.